Thank you so much for tuning in on this video. And this video is all about a different concept which I've been trying a lot and researching a lot. And this has been a news article which has came in the leading newspaper as well. So I thought that let's make a different video on this and share my views. And so that as a personal finance investor, as a savings investor, as a managed investor, how you can use this concept and use it to a better use to make your decisions on stocks in stock market, right? So this is Mahesh Kathiravan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I am a personal finance qualified personal finance expert, and I am teaching people and mentoring people how to be financial literate and make them achieve financial freedom. Okay. So do you know what is the correlation of Charles Darwin with our Indian stock market? Do you know that from 1986 till 2022, less than 25% of companies survive the whole business cycles and different stock market crises and every other things, but still they maintain their position in BSE SENSEX? If not, then this video is for you, because this video I will be teaching you and I'm sharing with you how these companies have evolved during these troubling times and how it has correlation with physics. Yeah, so if you're a new subscriber to this video, please do subscribe and do click on the bell icon so that you can get all the updates. Yeah, so let's jump on. So let's understand what is exactly the Charles Darwin theory. Now, I'm not going to teach about any physics since I'm not a physics teacher like physics wala. I will just give you a small brief introduction of that. Okay, so it is actually the basic theory of that was survival of the fittest. Now, this term was made famous in the fifth edition of published in 1869 of On the Origin of Species by British naturalist Charles Darwin. Okay, now it is suggested that their organisms are best adjusted to the environment, which are most successful, will be surviving and reproduce. Now, how you correlate with this corporate world, how this theory is applicable, I will be sharing with you coming time. So stay till the end. Okay. Now, what are the four important points of Charles Darwin theory? Now, I'm not going deep. I will just take the 4 points which I feel that it is correlated with this particular concept what I am sharing with you. Okay, the first thing is that now its process of natural selection has four components. It has variations, so organisms which exhibit the individual variations. Inheritance, so some traits are consistently passed on from parents to offsprings. That is a very important concept in corporate, where generation to generation they pass on their legacy. High rate of population growth and differential survival and reproductions. So I have taken these 4 points, and in that 4 points is a mixture of 2 to 3 points wherein I will share with you this thing. Now let's come to the next point. Why it is so important with respect to Indian stock market? So theory of survival of fittest fit perfectly for our Indian stock market. Now, why I am saying it is really interesting to see that how this theory works in stock market arena as well. I will sharing with you what are the companies were there in the top at level at that point of time when this BSE Sensex was introduced, and how this coming into last March 2022, how it was there. Now, I'm speaking a lot of BSE Sensex, and you want to know what, well, some of you might be knowing, but some of them we are not knowing. I will just share with you what exactly is BSE Sensex. The term Sensex is derived from the combination of word sensitive and index, and it was coined by Deepak Mohani. There's a financial journalist. Now, BSE Sensex is a free float market weighted stock market index. So of 30, only 30 companies will be there of different backgrounds. So be it pharma, be it IT, be it any type of industries, they will be in there. But only the top, very pure and natural companies will be there. Okay. Now, let's understand why this BSE Sensex was introduced. See, Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange are two major stock exchanges. Okay, now there are so many companies are there trading over there, each and every day with a combined trade of over 7,000 firms. Okay, so millions of trades are happening on these exchanges every trading day. Now, for as an investor as like us, how we can keep a track of these companies, and that's why these stock exchanges came with indices, wherein they devised the notion of indices to make this procedure very easy. Now, a single glance of indexes, you know that, okay, these are the companies which are performing well, and therefore the peer companies, the companies which are there in their sectors, are also performing in the same directions. That's all. That is why the BSE Sensex was introduced. Okay, now let's understand what are the companies from comparison of companies from 1986. Now, why I'm saying 1986 because there were having so many changes okay, happening in politics and corporate world, okay, from the 80s and 90s, because of that, that there were no changes, because BSE census were not there, because 1980s to 1996 there were a lot many changes in the corporate as well as the political world. Okay, but if you see from 1996 to 2006, there have been approximately 20 changes that have been done into the BSE Sensex. Now I'll be sharing with you which are the companies are there, which was there at the initial time of the phase. Now, if you see the first Jan 2008, 1986, these are the companies which were there in the list of BSE Sensex. Now, you might remember, I think your parents or some of your old investors, you might know these companies are there, like Hindustan Lever, Hindustan Motors, Indian Hotels, ITC, Kirloskar Cummins. Some of these companies are there, which was old time of things. Like, and 96, you will see there some of the companies were there, but they fallen out. Okay, so this is the concept of what I am sharing with you. Okay, now what exactly this comparison is talking about? There was a dark period in 90s, okay, when these political changes and corporate changes were happening, when the liberalization of the Indian economy was happening. A lot many changes are happening, but the Sensex was not moving. The indices were not moving. So therefore, what has happened, the not majority changes were there. So typically that is where the 98, 96, 86 was the base which I have taken. And that is why that was taken. Okay. Now it does not mean that these companies have become ghost or they can then vanish. No. Some of the companies were there, some of the companies not there. Why? There may be various reasons, because of industrial revolutions or market conditions are not able to keep the pace with the current changes, and they might have got dissolved or got merged as well. Okay. Now, the second theory of Charles Darwin, what I told, adapt to survive and prosper. Now, if you see this slide carefully, there are only 5 companies which was there, which is there till now, till 2022. Okay. Now, this is the 4 list I will be sharing this thing. But these are the 5 companies, if you see, which is there till now. The Tata Steel was right from the 1986 to 2022. March 22, I have taken the data. Reliance Industries was from the 1986 to 2022. ITC, Hindustan Lever, and Larsen Total. So these companies are really very, very important companies, and they stayed all the struggles and whatever happened, they stayed there. Okay. Now some of might have diversified, some of them consolidated, some have not able to meet the match of the criteria basis, because like I said, there are only 30 companies will be there. So there are some criteria which they have to qualify. So if not qualifying, they will be not included in that Sensex. Okay. Now the new entrants, like I said, they are reproducing. The Charles Darwin theory, what they said, they reproduce. So what is the reproducing? The new people are coming. The new industries are coming. The IT industry, which was booming 90s. Okay, the telecom sector, which was booming. The private banks, the new age private banks like SDFC, Kotak Mahindra Bank, which was reintroduced, which was given the license in 2003, 2002. Automobiles, pharma companies, they managed to get into Sensex. So if you see in 2006, I'll be referring to the list of companies. And if you see, 2006 was all the IT companies, if you see. If you see here, it is IT Infosys, you can see. Larsen and Toubro was there. Yes, Satyam Computers were there, right? Then TCS was there. Wipro was there. So these are the 3 companies, which was the IT company, which was majorly in the BSE Sensex. Now, it doesn't mean that this all the companies are there. There are various sectors, like I said. Okay. Now, conclusion is that, so you're seeing what exactly this all about. I will be sharing this Excel sheet for your further reference as well. You can click on the link as well. Now, conclusion, lastly, is not the strongest of the species that survive, and not the most intelligent that survive. It is the one that is most adaptable to change, that is Charles Darwin said. Now, why I am saying, as an investor, you should know the stock or the company which survives each and every struggle of the business cycle, be it up, be it down, be it anything, be it the stock market crashes, or like recently you've seen of Adani and the Hindenburg reports, whatever may be the things, that stock company is there till the Sensex, till the right time. That means that company has done something different which no other peer companies have done that. And that is a company you should look at. Now, I'm not saying that you should buy that. This is one of the parameters which you can use to select that company. Okay, so as an investor, as a personal finance literate, financial literate, you need to understand that this no standalone one parameter will help you. Like Charles Irving said, there are 4 parameters which help him to come into the survival of the fittest. That's why you need to add only one parameter. There might be some other different parameters as well, which you as an investor, stock market investor can get, because there are so many tools out there in the market right now, and there are so many data are there, data analysis you need to do, and then they can come and arrive to certain return. So the combination of the various parameters, like be it fundamental, be it technical, be it something else like this kind of concepts which I'm correlated with physics and this thing, you will know that you will get a return which you are aspiring for. But disclaimer, as and always I say that you have to take care of your basic needs. You take care of basic needs and other financial goals like your child education and child marriage and everything. Then you go for stock market. If at all you're very aggressive, you want really go for it, you want it, then I would suggest go for stock market, because if you're a risky investor, you're a risky profile, you go for it. Okay. Thank you so much. This is what I wanted to share with you, and hope this video you like it, and be share and share your like it your friends also. Thank you so much. Have a great day.